I want you to start to shift your perspective to be in the I can game. Why? Because you are worth it. And you need to love yourself enough to actually do that. Hey everybody, Julie Murphy here, and we are here to talk about real lives with real talk for real people. Because so many of us right now are having a challenge or gloom and doom about this recession, no recession, what's going on, and what does it all mean to me? So I wanted to talk to you guys today about what I would call financial insulation. Think about the insulation in your house. The insulation protects you from the weather outside, right? The challenge is most of us don't look at our money from the perspective of insulating ourselves from what economists would call the macro environment. And the macro environment is like the government's raising interest rates, inflation is going up, and all these other little bits and pieces that are outside yourself, or your employer laying you off, or your employer forcing you to go back into the office more days a week, or pick your shtick, right? Like it could be something that is outside of you that is you're fearful that that is going to affect something in your life. Well, this is where we need insulation. And the majority of us have not created insulation. Now, people will argue with me left and right. I don't have enough money to create insulation. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, instead of being in the I can't game, I want you to start to shift your perspective to be in the I can game. Why? Because you are worth it. And you need to love yourself enough to actually do that. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that what I always talk about is the fact that it's about your financial energy. It's about the energy of your money. And so whatever it is that you give energy to, so like I can't do it, or I won't do it, or somebody else's problem, or I'm blaming something else, well, or why don't you choose to just start to plant the seeds for the life that you actually want to create? And that is what I'm talking about. Now, the majority of us can take $1 and have it do something else than the reality that you currently have. And this is what I'm talking about. Because it's going to shift your energy and it's going to start to create financial insulation from what's going on outside of your household. Okay? Because you can't control the governments. You can't control the decisions of your employer. You can't control even your spouse or your kids. What you can control is what you are doing with your energy behind your money. And that's what I would like for you to consider to empower yourself to go to this next step. So if you want to get more tools or be a part of our community, go to my website, juliemurphy.com. We've got all kinds of tips and tools to help you do that. But to kind of give you one little tip is the fact that think about your money in terms of you have your financial past, which are your debts, your money that's in the present moment, which is your cash flow, so money being deposited in your checking account, and then the money going out. And then you also have your financial future. Now, I look at people in two different ways. They are either income affluent or asset affluent, or you might be, actually there's three ways, or you don't feel like you're income or asset affluent. And sometimes you're a combination of both, and sometimes you teeter-totter between these places. So many of us during the pandemic, what we did is we actually changed our spending habits. The numbers show that our savings rates went way up, and that actually hasn't stopped. It's decreased from the amount that was being saved because we're all starting to spend a little bit more. But do you know that 70% of the economy is based on how much you as the consumer spend? And the thing is you don't want to spend in a way that creates financial hangovers. What do I mean by a financial hangover? It's debt. Because the debts that you have give you no insulation. So if you're sitting with debts that are outstanding out there, how do you put those debt payments on autopilot while you're starting to build up some reserve somewhere else? Because if an emergency happens, then you're not going to the debt lines to actually save your butt. You're actually going to yourself being your own bank to insulate you. That is one example of many that you can do to insulate yourself. And again, I don't even care if it's $1. It's about us getting ourselves to a place where we are completely in a place of empowerment. Because the minute we feel disempowered, we go to all of our bad habits. We go to all of our belief systems that don't support the life we want to create. So love yourself enough to actually consider and start to take some action to get some financial insulation for yourself, because recessions come and go, but if you don't change your habits, you're going to continue to keep having the experiences that you have. Thanks, everybody. Bye.